hurricane. It's 7 miles an hour short of being a Category 5. Category 5 is the top level, but this is a devastating hurricane. If we follow the satellite, you can see how it really gathered pace in the Gulf of Mexico, increasing the wind strength. It's got wind strengths at the moment of 150 miles an hour sustained wind, and more than that, 185 miles an hour gusts. Now, it's going to bring torrential rain with it. There's a risk of flooding. We could have between 8 and 12 inches between now and Friday, and a storm surge up to 20 feet high. Imagine that coming your way. So, of course, places have been evacuated. There are hurricane warnings, tornado warnings in force, and devastating weather. Now, it's also worth mentioning that in North Korea already this morning, Typhoon Bavi has made landfall, also bringing some flooding and also damaging winds and heavy rain. Back at home, it's much quieter. We've got a mainly cloudy day ahead with rain at times, courtesy of this area of low pressure coming in from the Atlantic with its attendant fronts and bringing with it some rain preceded by some showers. It's going to be a fairly cloudy day for us today as well, and we have got the rain and showers, and wherever you see greens and yellows on the charts, that's telling you where you can expect some heavy downpours, and we could catch this almost anywhere as we go through the course of the day. Temperatures today, a bit disappointing for this stage in August. We're looking at highs of 12 in Lerwick, only 13 in Aberdeen, 17 in Liverpool and 19 in London. Now, through this evening and overnight, we hang on to a lot of cloud. We also hang on to a lot of rain and a lot of showers as well. As a result of all of this, it's not going to be a particularly cold night, with temperatures falling between 7 and about 13 degrees. So if we pick up this area of low pressure through tomorrow, it slowly starts to meander in the direction of the North Sea. The wind veers to have more of a northerly component in it, and that is a cooler direction of wind for us. So tomorrow there'll be some brighter skies further north that you travel, but here too we'll have this northerly component to the wind, as we will through Northern Ireland and Irish Sea. That will make it feel cool, and we still have some rain across parts of England and Wales. So temperatures not great anyway. Then when you add on the northerly wind, it will feel cooler than those temperatures do suggest. On Friday into Saturday, this weather front connected to the low pressure very slowly starts to drift away. But if you look at the isobars, it's going to be a breezy day wherever you are, and that wind coming from the north. But there will be a lot of dry weather behind this band of rain, with temperatures, well, up to about 17. The weather in the UK are quite quiet today compared to what we've seen of late, and obviously compared to what's happening in parts of the southern states. We've got a mainly cloudy day ahead with some rain preceded by showers, and that's because low pressure is driving our weather, coming in from the Atlantic with all its weather fronts and affecting our shores. So as we go through the course of today, it will remain fairly cloudy. We've got some showers and some rain. Through the afternoon, some of this rain in southern England could prove to be thundery. And wherever you see greens and yellows on the charts, that's telling you that we are looking at some heavy bursts. Now, temperatures today, a bit disappointing for this stage in August. We're looking at 11 or 12 in Lerwick, 13 in Aberdeen, and about 19 or 20 as we slip down towards the southeast. Now, through this evening and overnight, not a lot changes. We're going to hang on to a fair bit of cloud. There will also still be some showers around, and some of those will still be heavy. These are the temperatures you can expect in towns and cities, 7 to 13. In rural areas, of course, they will be a bit lower than this. Then as we head through tomorrow, our low pressure is drifting further east, still various fronts around it. But the main thing I want to point out is the direction of the wind. It's going to have more of a northerly element to it, which is a colder direction for us, particularly across Scotland, Northern Ireland and through the Irish Sea. Now, it'll still be fairly cloudy tomorrow with some rain, but you can see some brighter skies. Still the chance of the odd rumble of thunder in this as well. 12 in the north to about 19 in the south. But it is going to be noticeably windy, and there'll be gusty winds down this North Sea coastline with some large waves. That's it from me for now. The headlines are coming up. That's right, Naga, and we're going to start off with Hurricane Laura. Good morning, everybody. Now, Hurricane Laura has made landfall this morning across southwest Louisiana, but the hurricane is affecting Texas as well as Louisiana. You can see the eye here, and if I run the satellite sequence, you can see how this hurricane actually came across the Gulf of Mexico, pushing in to some southern states of America. Now, it is a huge hurricane. It's a Category 4, and it's at the top end of the that category. It's got sustained wind speeds of 150 miles an hour. To be a category 5, which is the largest category, it would have had to have had another 7 miles an hour on that. But gusts of wind around it 185 miles an hour. But now that it's made landfall, it will weaken rapidly, but it still will pack a punch. So we're looking at a storm surge getting inland 40 miles. Now, by that I mean in areas that are normally dry, that's how far the water will get in, and the height of that storm surge could be as much as 20 feet. You imagine 3 6-foot adults standing on their shoulders with a wee bit more. That's the kind of level we're talking about, and that's why it's been called an unsurvivable storm surge. Now, meanwhile, we also have a typhoon. Typhoon Bavi made landfall earlier today in North Korea, also packing a punch, bringing in some torrential rain, flooding and damaging winds. And of course, it's the rice harvest time in North Korea at the moment. Back at base, so we've got a mainly cloudy day ahead with rain at times as low pressure once again takes charge of our weather with its attendant weather fronts coming in from the Atlantic, bringing a lot of cloud, some showers and also some rain. And that's how we're starting the day. Some of this rain is already heavy coming in across the southwest. We could hear the odd rumble of thunder from this as well. And we've also got a lot of scattered showers. Wherever you see greens and yellows in the charts, that's telling you can expect some heavy bursts. Now, temperatures today, pretty poor for the time of year. We're looking at 13 to about 19 or 20 degrees. Through this evening and overnight, not a huge amount of change, perhaps just in the distribution of where we're seeing the showers, but it's going to be fairly cloudy, and for some it's going to be pretty wet as well. But as a result, it's not going to be a cold night. We're looking at 8 to about 13 as our overnight lows in towns and cities, lower than this, of course, in rural areas. So here's this low pressure slowly drifting towards the east, taking its rain with it. But the salient thing about tomorrow and into the weekend is the direction of the wind. It's going to have more of a northerly component to it. And Friday, you will notice the wind be quite breezy, and in exposure, it'll be quite windy. For example, down this North Sea coastline. We also have some rain. Well, some of us will see some sunshine with highs up to about 19 or 20, and it stays unsettled on Saturday.